The minute you let love under your skin, then you begin to make it better. And anytime you feel pain, hey Jude, refrain from making this world a little colder. Welcome to Brooks Guitar Lessons. I am Bill Brooks. Today we're going to be looking at Hey Jude by the Beatles, so don't go away. Okay, Hey Jude by the Beatles. So this was originally recorded in F. My vocal cords are not the vocal cords of a 20-something-year-old Paul McCartney when he wrote this. I cannot hit those notes, so I'm going to be playing it for you in D. So we're going to look at three very important song structures. So this is played in D. The chords are D, A7, back to D, and G. So what that is a 1, it goes to a 5, and then it goes to a 4. So actually, I said that wrong. That was a 1, that goes to a 5, goes back to 1, goes to 4, back to 1, back to 5, back to 1, back to 4. So what I call it is a pivot. So if you've ever played basketball before, you realize that if you're holding the ball, you can't do anything with the ball. You can't move. You can't. You can pass. You can shoot, but you can't walk. That would be called traveling. You have to. If you're holding the ball, you have to pivot. You can put one foot in a stationary position and move your other foot in another position. So that's the same thing that we're doing when we play the 1-5, 1-4, 1-5, 1-4, is going from stationary position into the 1, and then going to the 5, and then back to 1, back to 4, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 4. So that's what I call it. I call it a pivot. I've never heard anyone else call it that, but feel free to spread that around and add my name to it. Bill Brooks calls it a pivot. So we're going to go to D. A is the 5. We're going to stay on the A. I'm going to make it an A7, which is still a 5 chord. Back to 1. 4 is the G, back to 1, back to A, and it ends on 1. Hey Jude, it's a D, da da da, A, da A7, back to D, G is the 4, D, A, and then there's a tricky transition that goes, and this goes into the next part. So it's a D major. D major 7 is all 3, that's the 1, 2, and the 3 string barred at the 2nd fret. And try only to strum the 4 strings on the bottom. And then there's a D7. So that is your first finger goes on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Second finger goes on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And your 3rd finger goes on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. And if you put it all together, it sounds like that. So a little trick you could possibly do is if you bar the second fret first and then put your second finger down, excuse me, on the third fret in the D shape, all you have to do is, and then slide down for the D7. So the other important song structure trick that they do in the song is called a descending chord. So they go to the G, and then I'm going to lift my second finger. I'm going to put down my first finger on the second fret of the 6th string. Then I'm going to move my third finger to the D there on the 2nd string, and I'm going to mute the first string with this finger. It's going to sound like, so it moves from the G like that. I'm also muting the 5th string, and then the E minor. I'm not moving my third finger, and then an A sus2. So these two fingers are the busy ones. So you want to put down these to the G. So they're moving from, I'm going to take away the third finger so you can see what the other two fingers are doing. E minor. And then they just move over a string. So they're moving here, and then down, and then to the D position. And then the tricky transition. Do it again. And the next song structure trick that they do is, so we've done the pivot, we've seen the 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 4. We've seen the descending as if you're going down a staircase, descending chord progression. Now, at the outro, the long, it's almost like a different song, another half to the song, is the na-na part. The big final outro na-na part is, so this is no longer in D. This is now, it's in the key of G, because the chords are D, na 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 na, C, na na G, hey Jude, and that's it. Na 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 na, hey Jude. So this is like an assembly line, right? It's a loop. So it's D, C, G, 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 D, C, G. So and it never stops until it fades out into oblivion. So and you can vary your strumming. So the strum pattern for this whole song is short, long, short, long. on and on and on and on. Okay, thank you for watching. Make sure you remember to like, share, remember to subscribe, and until next time, guitar class is dismissed.